This is Creating Grin. Join us as we play Dungeons & Dragons around ye new table, throwing dice, telling stories, and creating legacies. My name is Eric, and I will be your Dungeon Master for this chapter of our tale. With me, as always, the Crit Crew. On my left, we have...
I'm Bryan, playing Delayeth Berevin, the Dark Elf, or Drow, Paladin. And Delayeth just remembers how much he really hates the Underdark, specifically Ropers. That's not like them. They're a pain.
And I'm Jason, playing Nox, Changeling Rogue, but I'm currently a Drow that can't see in the Underdark. But I am an excellent crossbow master.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have any of the purple goo.
That's right. He's a clean shooter.
My name is Katie, playing Ilias Eidolon, an Air Genasi druid who's going to add Negotiator to this list of titles.
I'm Maria. I'm playing Rilda, the Ranger Drow, and I'm thinking purple might be my new color.
Okay.
I'm Ashley. I'm playing Bruna, the Tabaxi fighter. I am pristinely clean in my beautiful fur and get up. No purple goo on me. I am still frustrated even after the battle with the Roper, so this spider that thinks it's going to come up for an easy meal, rude awakening coming for it.
Join us as we play Chapter 16. You're walking in the spiderwebs. Previously, the week before, we had dealt with a caravan, a resupply caravan, that was heading towards the newly constructed outpost of the Vanishing Falls. And, while avoiding said caravan, our group of intrepid heroes or adventurers encountered a rock creature known as a roper that literally looked like a rock until they got near it, and then it roped them in, hence the name Roper. After defeating and getting some of them getting gooed, they decided to kind of clean themselves up a little bit. At least one of them did, I believe it was Runa. And that is when they heard the muffled cries for help from a medium-sized creature of some sort on the lower pathway, only to discover a cocooned drow male in a spider cocoon. As they were trying to determine if he was friend or foe, that is when the silent stalker slinged his way right towards them, as we find them currently in trouble, potentially, as we should probably roll an initiative.
Shit.
Sounds to a Dungeon Master's ear. Shit.
It's a big old 8 for me.
Okay.
19.
11.
13. Dirty 20.
Okay. Keep your numbers in your mind. Let me roll for the creature. Creature has drum roll. Oh, great.
Turn it around and run away.
So what is our order?
One look at the snarling cat.
Okay.
I was like,
What was the order again? Who had the highest?
Yeah.
Okay, Runa's first. Who's next?
Nox.
Nox.
I had a
Next.
13.
Anybody higher than a 13? Okay.
Hilda, and then Ilias, and then Delayeth, because I had a...
And then
I had
creature.
8. You
Okay. You wrote that down?
Yes.
Great.
I'm
Good,
writing
because
that
I'm not
down now.
keeping track of that, sort of. Anyway. Let's play this game. Who's up first? Runa.
Uh-huh. So we're gonna swing first. 12 plus 8 is 20 for the first attack.
That is going to hit.
Oh, yeah. Let me pull out my d6s.
Are you using your sword?
Yeah. 1d6 plus 5. 9 points of damage on the first swing.
Let me pull up my trusty Dungeon Master calculator.
You had a whole week to get ready.
It took a long time to download the app.
While you're doing that, I'll do my other attacks.
9 points. Got it. I'm on top of it.
17 plus 8, I'm pretty sure hits.
It does.
So that will be an additional...
Numbers.
Well, hold on. This is a piercing.
You had a whole week to math.
Piercer. I'm double checking my thing that I took as a feat a while ago. Once per turn, when you deal piercing damage. And well, yeah, because they're like rapier types. So I'm pretty sure it's piercing damage. Yep. I can re-roll that one, so get another one. Why? It's only on my piercer rolls where it's like one, another one. Anyways, that's 6 points of damage for that one, and for my dual wielding attack, that's a nat 20.
Spicy.
Spicy. So that will only be 4 points of piercing damage, but then I roll a 20 to decide what happens to the spider.
You do.
Also double your initial
Yes.
damage dice, and with Piercer check and see if you get a third one.
Ah, yes, thank you. My critical hit.
Very good, very good. You've redeemed yourself from last week.
So what was that? 4 and 5 is 9, and another 4. So 13 more points of damage, and
How would you like to do this? I mean, that was it. You didn't have nothing left.
Bruna said she was mad.
I was mad.
It slices, it dices, it makes Julian fries.
Yeah, pretty much. I think I'm gonna like first swipe, maybe like across the eyes. Second one, gonna like take a nice little jab up into its mouth, and then the third one, head clean off.
Nice.
You'll see me slowly just release the tension from my belly. All right then, that is done.
Good job.
Thanks. You just keep saving me.
We can totally take the shadow giant, guys. Let's go.
No. Get up here. Is that guy dead?
No.
I'll bend down and pick up the drow, help him stand up and be like, "What's your name, person?"
I want a spider fang as a trophy. I'm taking a
You
trophy.
give me a nature check to retrieve it. He is going to say, Goldor is my name, is what he says. He wears typical drow clothing, dark spider motif, things like that. He kind of resembles of someone who might use magic, whether it be sorcerer, wizard, even probably sorcerer, wizard. He's got a staff which he's kind of retrieving from the broken open cocoon. What was your nature check?
9.
You can get a fang, but you're also going to suffer some poison damage. Because you're going to get a little poison jabbed into the fang you pull. It's going to be 1 point of poison damage.
Okay, that's nice. Totally worth.
I'm gonna look at that Goldor and be like, "Goldor, can I trust you not to pull any funny business?" And then just kind of like have my hand on my rope, like I'm threatening to tie him up.
Oh,
again.
give me a intimidation there.
Okay. Oh boy.
If anything, I will turn around growling after I just demolish the spider.
I'll give you advantage because
Okay.
morale.
Okay, that's not so bad. That's 15.
Let's see what he gets. Oh, yeah, no, hey, I'm just an innocent bystander trying to make his way down here in the Underearth. I don't want no part of any shenanigans, whether what side you're on here, is what you say.
And I'll just kind of reassert, like, we can handle ourselves, so just, if you're cool, we'll be cool.
Yes, I can be the cool, is what you'll say.
Chill. So what are you doing down here?
I live down here, is what he says. I have a small little place not too far from here. I was actually coming to collect some of these fungus that are here in Goblin's Pass.
Oh.
I use them for many different tinctures and potions.
Tinctures and potions, you say?
Yes,
Interesting.
it is.
These
What
might-
are you doing down here? As he looks at everyone he can see. You look like adventurers, but what are you adventuring for?
Well,
You were making
all with time, sir. I don't necessarily know if you're on the need to know.
He's going to insight check the party.
Anya.
Oh, I trust all of you. I trust all of you.
Don't notice my betrayer bow, please.
Well, technically, I have a Dark Mantle sword, too, so... Yep,
That's
nope.
correct.
Don't notice any of that stuff.
please
Nope.
don't.
Mm-mm.
Well, thank you. Let me see. He will reach into a pouch that he has kind of pulled free and recovered. He's going to pull out 2 big red jewels. Unpolished, very raw. You would assume them to possibly be a ruby, probably valued at about 100 gold pieces per, and he gives you 2 of them. The least I can do for saving my life is he kicks the corpse of the spider, which flinches and causes him to go.
I didn't mean it. Wow, well, thank you.
Yes.
I'll mutter like that's what you can do. And kind of spin around and have them in my hand and be like, anybody put these to use?
They're shiny rocks. I will turn them into jewelry sometime in the future, eventually.
Sell them.
Yeah,
I have no use for them.
I don't really have a use either. I will relinquish them to Ilias so he can
Okay.
eventually sell them or maybe use them for something. Even though you did all the effort to cut them down.
He will tell you that he's getting ready to take his leave, but as a warning to you, if you're traveling or continue to travel down this pathway, be careful. There has been increased activity of the surface dwellers, that's what he'll say.
I've noticed that because I've not had this much trouble previously coming down here.
Wait, he'll say the surface dwellers?
Yeah.
I thought...
Yeah, no, he lives down here.
Good. Yes, that's correct. Good.
Question.
Yes, I'm trying to go.
Are you for or against the surface dwellers?
I am minding my own business, what he says. I could care less whether you're from the top side or not, as long as we don't battle. If this is what he'll say. Or, I'm not a big proponent of violence. Just wish to be left alone to do my things, is what he'll say.
It's fair.
But I do enjoy the interaction of beings and creatures, is what he'll say. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a isolationist or a complete hermit. I do not want any of this, whatever's brewing, this war, this fighting, or whatever's going on.
Fair.
I'm going to stick out my hand officially, say, I'm Rilda. We're trying to get out of this cave. It seems like you've been through recently. Would you like to help us find or sneak past or help us get through here?
I'm actually
On the way
going
out?
the opposite direction of what you guys were traveling, is what he's going to say.
Hmm.
I live near the lake, but not near the lake, is what he'll say.
Okay.
He will give you a rough direction of where he is, so that if you guys ever wanted to find him or visit him, you can do so.
Okay.
That's
Tells you
helpful
he's like a
information.
half a mile or 2 miles in the eastern direction from the lake, from where you guys basically.
Okay. Well,
Obviously,
careful.
Goldor, don't speak anything that you learned about this or us to anyone ever.
What do you mean?
Exactly.
Great.
Good. Okay. Goodbye, people I don't know. He will start
goodbye.
taking his leave.
We should probably go.
Yep, let's march on.
Let's go.
You will hear him as you go. You will hear him say, "Oh, my friend," as he looks towards another. If you can look on the map, there's another one that is not moving around.
Ooh.
Oh well, and he move on.
Hi.
I want to go cut open the other one, see if there's anything fun inside.
Oh, there's a corpse.
Anything fun on the corpse.
Go ahead and make an investigation.
I'll kind of shout over, if you see a dagger, please, I need any blade.
Investigation is plus 0, 13.
Everything it looks like it's been stripped of this thing. It's kind of a bloated looking drow, and as you kind of search, you can see spiders starting to come out of the mouth and nose.
What?
Like little tiny giant spiders that are going to eventually become like what you just killed.
Any
Fire.
small hunting knife, anything.
I'll give you a dagger if you're looking for a dagger. Sure.
I'm gonna pull the dagger out.
This drow was another male, looks a little younger, probably an apprentice, maybe. Looks like he would have, like I said, some robes, small blades like a dagger. Small little pouch if you want to try to venture into the pouch and see what could bite you or not. It's your choice.
I'm gonna use the newfound dagger to
Okay.
flip open the...
There's some things in there. It appears to be like a traveler's pouch.
Okay.
There's some coin and some jewels.
Cool.
Looks like a glass bottle, maybe 2.
Ooh, okay, alright. I'm definitely gonna just probably grab the whole pouch.
Okay.
Just add another pouch to my pouches.
Collection of pouches.
Right.
Okay.
This is a nice pouch.
Alright.
I'm gonna open the 2 bottles and take a waft.
Waft them. Give me an Arcana check. See if you you can smell the wafting.
Quite accurate. 4 plus 0. Yeah.
One of them is completely foreign to you. The other one is, even with a 4, you know, is a potion of healing. The strength type, you don't know. It may be a little stronger than not.
Okay.
Or a little weaker.
Or a little weaker.
Alright. Well,
Shall we away?
Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna waft, see nothing, and be like, Ilias.
God, fine.
I'm gonna take a few steps back, big steps back.
I'm gonna catch you on fire for this. 8. I'm too freaked out by the baby spiders crawling out of this person's house.
So that was your, what, Arcana check?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't know what it is. You do not cause the world to come crashing down in fire, because you didn't roll the magical number. But it's definitely some sort of decent or strong potion. But you...
Sure is potion, Rita. Here you go.
This is a liquid of some
Is this
sort.
a I drink or an I throw?
You with an 8, you really don't know.
I don't know. Or que no los dos.
I'm gonna look around and be like, oh, no one else is
Not right now.
magic user. Fine, I'll recork it. Unknown potion. Gotcha.
Gotcha.
alright. And let's continue on.
I'm gonna get to this outpost.
Yes. I'll head, if you want to move me just towards, as we traipse along.
Okay, so you guys will continue to move along down the pathway.
And then delay it.
Let's heat it all the way off.
You can pretty much clear the map. That's about all this map has to offer, all the fun. As you continue to make your travels, you can move for about another, say, hour-ish. And you know you got about another couple miles to go. And along the way, you are going to encounter warning signs. Now, you've seen these before. And they are going to warn you of impending things that are within this area. I'd like for you to go ahead and roll me a d20 to see what these warning signs are warning you of. So we're going to randomly generate our
An 8 is what they're warning you on.
It is going to warn you of giant fire beetles. There's going to be a thing that indicates giant fire beetles. Be aware of them. You're also continuing to look for your markers, which you can find them, and you've successfully. Actually, let's do a survival check. Let's see how successfully past you've navigated away from these giant fire beetles.
No pressure. Advantage or no?
You have advantage.
Can I give you guidance?
You can.
Yes,
Can I give you
please.
guidance?
Yes. Okay. It's a survival check, right?
Yes, correct.
16.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You know exactly the
7 plus 4.
pathway you have established to avoid the giant fire beetles. So when they ask, what does this mean? You can explain it all away and say, safe.
I've been past here before, and I was able to interpret these warning signs after burning up a lot of shoes. So we'll just avoid this. Like, just be really quiet and, mind your business, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, this makes sense. And we'll march on.
Okay. So as we continue to march on, I'd like for one of you guys to roll a d20 to see if anything randomly happens. Or do you make it to the location you're trying to get to?
13.
You have no encounter, therefore you will make it to the outpost. So I will now make a map change, and Bryan, you should make a screen change.
Back to the map.
Okay, let me take the time to set this up via the internet. We'll be back with you shortly.
Mm-hmm.
And we're back thanks to the modern marvels of technology. As you, the party, have arrived at Rilda's campsite. It's a little different than I'm sure some of you would have envisioned, but she has a lot to say about that.
As we're walking, I will just proudly, very proudly, because I feel like, this is my own little corner of Under Earth, explain, okay, if you see anybody approaching that is unsavory, you can fire on these barrels, and, these plants will sound an alarm, so we'll be able to, at least have some kind of forewarning. So, as you can see, the building rising there on the hill, that's where we're heading. It is a little bit of a jump. We may have to, do a little bit of running and jumping to get there, but it's for our safety. Every little thing that can get in their way is great. As we approach the tent, do I notice if it's been triggered or...
It has not been triggered.
So I know that campsite, the little tent might look appealing, but don't go in there. It's for your own good.
Okay.
And yeah, I guess we'll just kind of... I'll probably watch for a little bit of, any warning signs I can see if anybody might be around the building currently or anything.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. And Jason, I'm going to hand these to you. Disperse those in that corner where you're at, within 15, 20 feet, in that kind of vicinity. There'll be tiny little balls of glowing light. These are something that we'll get to in just a second.
This way?
Yeah, that's fine. Just wherever. Not past that building.
I got a 15.
On your...
Perception.
Okay, yeah, no, your place looks just the way you left it several days ago or a week ago or whatever it was, or hours. I lost track at this point. You would be able to tell them, go ahead and give me a nature check. See how much you would know about those glowing balls of light over there.
Ooh, nice. That is 23.
Okay, those are something called will-o-wisps. And basically they're kind of, if I remember correctly, they're kind of like souls, essentially. And they stay confined to that area. So you don't mess with them, because the last time you tried to investigate them, it was a shocking experience. We'll just leave it at that. So you just let them in their ruins, and that's kind of a thing. But those have been unexplored by you. So there could be goodies in there. Just throwing it out there for you treasure hobos who want to loot and plunder all the time. How interested you are.
Ears perk up.
But there you go.
Just
We,
sidestep over.
I might find the bravery to take a look in that corner of the campsite if I have some help, but at this time it's, they don't seem to be bothering me. They seem to stay where they are, as long as I don't go over there. So yeah, I guess head on over. It looks like this way is just as quick as this way, right? It's 5 feet, so...
Yep. So it'll take a very simple athletics or acrobatics.
Whichever way, boss lady.
Yep, so you'll see me kind of look back behind me and then take off and do a leap, hopefully, across. Athletics, you said?
Or acrobatics, your choice.
It's a 12.
Oh, easy.
22.
Oh,
18.
yeah. Yep.
Oh, no.
12.
Okay.
Did you break it?
Yeah, your stuff got broken.
Oh no!
Oh.
We were doing so
Aw.
good!
You were. I'm sorry.
Stuck on your ring. Stop stabbing me, Bryan.
Well, it's not me that's stabbing you. I'll
Give me my
set
stick.
that. There's your stick.
Oh,
Thanks for holding on as long as you can.
And then I got a 10.
Yep. That gets you across. It was only 8. Everybody jumps. Basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we'll head around to the balcony,
Sure.
hoist ourselves over.
Yep. You'll be able to do that. Now, since this is your dwellings, what do you think the inside of this building looks like? If you would be so kind to take the roof off of the building to see that it is a blank slate for you to paint the picture
Oh
in.
boy.
There's a hole around.
There it is. That
That's
leads to the
stairwell.
cellar.
So as I open the makeshift slat door, it's very like the door is very like thin wood I've made together. I'm not a carpenter by any means. I just slapped this door together and stuck it on, so you hear like scratching across the door. And as you enter, it's fairly organized. It's very much like piles of things, but it's like, these are these things pile, and these are these things pile. And there's definitely lots and lots of mind map type things on the wall. So any notes,
any character with OCD is like cringing right now. Just piles.
Yes,
Yeah,
tons of piles.
It's literally me and my wife. I cringe. I have constructive piles. Clear.
And the mind map is mostly just like the notes I've been taking and trying to make connections and everything else. I'm not necessarily the brightest, so I'm just kind of writing notes and trying to make connections. There's not a whole lot of sense there. Yes.
So is there a lot of string?
Yes. Like I've unwoven my hemp rope and I've made like,
Is the string like the entire building? Like, do you have like from one pile to the wall?
No, it's like one wall.
Okay, I was
with a
gonna
map on
say,
it. And lots, like here's
All
a
right.
picture, like Pepe Silvio.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
So it was almost kind of like a labor of love, like hoping maybe one day with somebody like that likes puzzles could come in here and look at this and maybe make some sense out of it. And then there's downstairs. You can kind of peek down there and see it's just a storage, and there's a ton of stuff that I've just accumulated.
The one thing I will say is there's several racks of weapons that she has, various, mostly simple or basic in the player's handbook weapons. There's a couple barrels of arrow that she's collected, different fletchets and styles.
Yep.
There's one large table that was once like a tavern door. So she took this tavern door she found and made it a table. There's a bunch of unique things on the table. There's various vials and glass bottles. There's two really ornate looking or interesting looking like bags or satchels. There's a book laying on there. And there's barrels and sacks of flour and wheat and different things where she's kind of stockpiled enough to last her a year or so in dry goods and different salted meats and things down there. Which if you go down there, I can lay all the pretty toys out, but right now.
And we'll just do a little glimpse down there. Is there a fireplace?
Yep, it's right on that
right here.
Wall right there. Yep.
So I'd probably proceed and just start lighting a fire.
Yep.
Assuming if anyone's hungry, we have food. Let's maybe eat something.
You would even have almost like a camping, like a tripod. It has an iron pot kind of hanging over that you just put right up to the fireplace and cook from it.
So I would just start a fire, start kind of like doing the home things, like I'm here, I'm gonna get a fire started.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just tell everybody, make yourself at home, or as best you can. It's a little dirty and a mess, but it's gotten me through while I'm down here under earth.
Here's your fire.
Fire!
Here's your pot.
Yeah!
Ooh, pot.
I would say, are you
That's down in the cellar.
Yeah.
Second location.
Here's a bedroll. You probably have a bedroll to sleep
Oh
in.
yes, absolutely. There's definitely bedroll. And I'd say I'd probably have them in storage too, like a couple extra if I'm such a hoarder.
We'll say you have a pile of supplies upstairs you can put.
Pile of supplies.
Yep. And perhaps an extra bug out bag or backpack. How about that?
Definitely.
So there you go. That's kind of roughly what you got.
That's what I got. So I'm fairly comfortable here if we want to maybe take a breather.
It's a perfect time to long rest.
I would love to long rest.
Yes,
Great.
I'd like to.
Because you can all level up if you long rest.
Oh, that's great!
Yeah.
Yep.
Let us leave.
Yeah.
Okay, so, unroll a bedroll and get comfy, you guys. We have all the warnings and everything set up, but it might still be okay to have somebody awake to hear them.
Let's
throughout the
see.
night?
We're going to roll a d4. Okay, you have 2 extra bed rolls spare that you can disperse to whomever wishes to have one. If they don't,
I definitely need one. I wasn't expecting on coming on this trip, so I
have nothing.
yeah.
A Tachi bedroll.
I've got one.
Nice.
I've got one.
I wonder, I might even have one myself, like that I bring with me.
And there should be plenty of space to hunker down. Everybody should have comfortable space in here. It's roughly about, I want to say 15 by 20, I think.
Okay.
This is the amount of squares. If you want to sleep out in the cool little porch, it's a little more dangerous, but you're more welcome to do that. You can sleep in the cellar. There's plenty of room in the cellar.
Oh, that's right.
If you feel
You want to sleep by the treasure?
can venture out in the middle of the night and sneak around for treasure.
So we are leveling up to level 7.
That is correct.
Okay.
Everybody is leveling up to level 7. I will try to fill in dead airspace as they pluck away at the various numbers and choices that they have on their character sheets. And once they make some significant choices, if they do, they can tell you who are viewing and listening, if they so choose to do so. If you are viewing, thanks for viewing. Throw us a subscription if you haven't subscribed. Give us a little comment. Say, hey, you guys suck, or hey, you guys are amazing, or hey, good job. Thumbs up if you don't want to comment. Really would like both.
Mm-hmm.
Helps get our things and levels up on YouTube. We're hoping to try to do some things there.
We would love to be able to do some things.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
I'm not a map.
One would hope so. Yes, and there are some face mushrooms that are planted down here, all on the same link as the ones from the surface. Just so some of you know.
I started at level 7, so you want me to go to 8?
You can go to 8.
Okay.
Yep, I'm good with that. As we're doing milestone as opposed to XP.
Alright. Mine was very simple.
No. Get out of here. I don't want that.
You
Mine-
didn't have many choices.
I had 0 choices.
Oh, there you go.
It's just I did get a new feature, which is kind of cool. I can I now have a aura of the Guardian. So when someone within 10 feet of me takes damage, I can use my reaction to magically take that damage instead.
Oh, I like it. I like it a
Yay!
lot. That's pretty
Oh boy, feet or abilities.
Ah,
Oh,
choices,
boy.
choices.
Yeah. And outside of that, I now have another 2nd level spell slot.
That's good.
And yeah, that's it.
I have evasion.
Ooh.
Very good. He finally got
Nice.
evasion. All right.
Are we gonna have to add a reminder to the top of your tablet?
Yes.
Uncanny dodge, evasion.
Get it done.
Evasion gives you half on a hit, right?
Half on dex saves if you fail, and nothing if you succeed.
Correct.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that comes in very, very handy.
It's very, very
for
annoying.
things like fireballs.
Ha! Fireballs.
What are
Who would
what?
cast one
I
of
would-
those?
Who would never?
It's so odd.
What is fireball? Google, tell me.
Painful.
I'm sure it would pull up the drink fireball. But anyway,
Probably, yes. Yes, it's a nice cinnamon flavored whiskey.
no, it's not. Especially when Jen makes drinks out of it. It's a whole bottle of fireball with a drip of something else in it.
It almost is like I learned how to make drinks. From
Yeah,
something.
exactly. Holy water. It's a whole lot of holy and not a lot of water.
I did think about bringing some.
I will have a shot glass full like you're supposed to. Not
You
a
want a whole
pint
beer
glass full.
Okay.
For sure. So evasion, spell slot, choices. The ladies are toiling over their choices.
I think I just get, it
Hit
says
points.
elegant courtier.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm now,
Sounds fancy.
Sounds very fancy.
it really doesn't give me anything. I get to make a charisma persuasion check.
Oh, okay.
In discipline and attention to detail allow you to excel in social situations. Whenever you make the persuasion check, gain a bonus to the check equal to your wisdom modifier, and I gain proficiency in wisdom saving throws,
That's nice.
which I thought I already had, but I guess I had strength and con, so now it's strength, con, and wisdom.
Ooh. Fancy, fancy.
We have to manage the HP.
Yes, don't forget to roll
Don't forget to
for
get
your
that.
HP.
Okay. That's the whole.
So I add that to the rolled HP, right?
Yes, whatever number you roll, you add that directly to the rolled HP, and B&B Beyond takes care of the rest.
B&B Beyond, our sponsor.
Non-spawn.
B&B Beyond can sponsor us all they want.
Well, yeah, but
Not the other one.
not the other one.
Well, I rolled under average with a 3, so now my max hit points are 69.
Nice.
We're all mature people here.
I'm at 67 myself, so...
Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to choose spells, changing some of them. But I did hit a 4th level spell, which was Summon Elemental.
Ooh, fun.
That's not gonna kick us in the ass.
No, not at all.
Well, no, we've already summoned regular magic. What's going to happen when an elemental?
Well, the best thing is, so, for those that don't know what Summon Elemental does, you can summon, I believe, a fire, water, air, or earth elemental.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you maintain concentration,
You're good.
you're good. It is an ally. If you lose concentration,
Then it's an enemy.
then it becomes an enemy.
It's its own free thinking.
And it does so for the duration, which I believe is 1 minute.
Yep.
So, you know, if Ilias summons a nice fire elemental, because Ilias, he loves playing with fire, and then loses concentration, we now have to fight a fire elemental.
Indeed we do.
Good times.
Fire, 7th level.
It doesn't.
It's a martial
Say
archetype
that.
feature.
Doesn't it?
Did not get to pick
Did they
one of
change it?
those.
They might have changed it.
So it's concentration up to 1
Where did I
hour.
pick?
The creature disappears when it drops to 0 hit points, and when the
so
spell
that's what it
ends.
is. That's not the same.
Which doesn't say anything about if you lose concentration. At least not in the little blurb it gives you. So, I do not know.
Let's see.
Speak with my sister.
The creature disappears when it drops to 0 hit points or when the spell ends. The creature is an ally to you and your companions. In combat, the creature shares your initiative count, but it takes its turn immediately after you. It obeys verbal commands. If you don't issue any, it takes a dodge action and uses its move to avoid danger. It does not. They might have changed it.
You mean turning against you?
Yeah.
They did do a big update. They're about to release a little edited version of the books, so.
I have 62 HP left.
Let's just look at player's handbook and see if it changes. Was it
That or
Summon
there's a-
Elemental?
Yeah, that or there's a different one. That I'm thinking of.
What is this spell's name?
Summon elemental.
It's not even in here. It's probably in another. Is it a? What's the spell it uses?
Okay, so what I was thinking of, God. So there's a 5th level spell called Conjure Elemental. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay.
Not the Summon Elemental, which is a 4th level spell.
Yeah.
You know.
All right.
I also did. This is something I already had, but it is Cosmic Omen.
That's what happens when Uncle Owen died.
Omen.
Yeah, bro.
Cosmic Omen. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can consult your star maps or omens. When you do so, you roll a die. Until you finish your next long rest, you gain access to a special reaction based on whether you rolled an even or odd number on the die.
Oh.
I rolled odd, which is low. Whenever a creature you can see within 30 feet of you is about to make an attack roll, I can't read today.
Attack
wow.
row.
Attack roll! A saving throw or an ability check, you can use your reaction to roll a d6 and subtract the number rolled from the total. I have 3 of those.
Sounds
I took Fey Touched as a feat.
nice.
And then I'm also going to do Cure Wounds on my product wound.
You should do that. Very good.
Very nice.
That's the second roll out of 10.
I thought that was the third.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Should be the third.
Okay, third. So you have 7 more before you...
Because Iman did 1.
Yeah,
That's
Imon
right.
did one, and then did one following day.
Gotcha. So
Actually, Imon healed Ilias when that occurred. Then
Did
then
one the
did
next
another
day.
heal the next morning when we woke up in the cathedral.
And then he
this
died.
was number 3.
And now today is day
God,
3.
that was a shit day.
It was a real long day.
God.
That really puts it into perspective.
Yeah, the amount of stuff that happened.
Yeah, so everything that happened in one day is we went and talked to the druid lady. We got back to the castle. We got attacked. Iman died. And then we made it here.
Yep. Very good.
We were busy little bees
In
that
one
day.
day.
In one
I
day.
made a new best friend.
Yeah.
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 They can't swim.
Alright.
You
I'm
can swim,
assuming
you just
I'm
can't guide.
cold.
Right. I can guide on land
That's-
pretty
yeah,
good,
that's
but
fine.
water is not really my forte. I got too clean feeling. I had to get covered in ichor immediately later, and then I was better.
That's fair.
Alright. Okay, so everybody is taking a long rest. Everybody's leveled up.
Yes.
Okay. Who's got the highest passive perception? I think I've been through this.
15 and 15, I think.
16.
Oh.
16.
14.
I know yours is low. So the 16s hear something that wake them out of their slumber. You will hear something outside of the safe outpost or the safe house. It sounds as if it's in the distance towards the south or towards Jason and Bryan's end of the table. It sounds as if it's very light or panting from running as you hear tiny little feet. You think running, and you will hear heavier feet, and you hear, "Come back here!" That's what you'll hear.
Look out the window and see if I can see them.
Sure, you can. You're elevated, so you don't see anything.
Cool.
Because you're like 15, 20 feet off the lower
Can I
elevation.
Yeah, I'm gonna like kind of go to the
go
outside.
to and like hide behind this rock and try to get down?
Go ahead and stealth.
It's a dirty 20
Ow.
for stealth.
I
Excellent.
bounced out of the box and landed like this on the table.
You have the worst luck with
I
that.
don't know. Nat 24.
Yes. You both have. I'm assuming you're going to go to the same kind of position area, and you will look and you'll see a tiny little. You believe to be a gnome. It's kind of a gray-skinned gnome or something like that that is running away
Yeah,
from a gray-skinned dwarf. So.
Have I met dwarves?
Let's put the little gnome on, we'll say, what is this? N or O 16.
You'll remember from our conversations in passing that
16.
some
And then
gnomes
put
are
this
switchable to our side.
about 5 squares or 4
Did you hear
squares
that?
behind the gnome.
Yes. Okay.
Towards
Other
you?
way.
Other
No,
way.
towards the other way. Yep, you got it.
Have
I
a.
think that's about right.
I was thinking it. I don't know if I said it out loud. I grabbed my 2
Swords?
Swords.
Yep, there.
Wow.
It's just like
Got it.
Jackass where the big guy's chasing Wee Man.
Pretty much.
All right.
That's what it feels like.
Borat.
Get back here.
Or Borat, yeah.
What does the dwarf have weapons-wise?
Shield and mace. And fully armored. It's a gray-skinned dwarf, much like the drow. You've never seen one of these before.
I was gonna say, I'm kind of gonna like look to Elias and be like,
You
I'm gonna like hold up my sword and do a little point.
I mean, I don't know what's going on.
The one question I do have is,
You're not there.
I'm just
Okay.
The gnome, is it similar to the red caps that
Nope.
they had fought? Okay. Nope. Because
No, this is a gray-skinned gnome,
Okay.
or what it appears to be.
Does the gnome have any weapons?
The gnome appears to have a weapon in hand and a sack in the other hand, some sort of like cloth sack or leather sack.
I don't think this is our problem, bud.
I'm gonna wait until the dwarf like runs past kind of where we are, and then I'm gonna attempt to like sneakily hop down and using my cat's agility run up to him to get a like little sneak attack with the sword.
Sure.
I'm gonna stay where I am
Okay.
until I get into full combat, I guess.
Okay.
Because I'm still fully in belief this is not our
Who's got the
problem.
what's the next highest passive perception?
I have a 15.
I have a 15.
Then the two of you guys will wake up, maybe hearing some sort of commotion outside the building. You'll look to see the other two bedrolls or sleeping arrangements are empty. Okay, each one of those miniatures, the gray-skinned dwarf and the gray-skinned gnome, will move 15 more feet as this is all taking place.
If I look out the window, would I be able to see my compatriots?
You would see them kind of like, stealthily peeking over the, cave stalagmites.
If I noticed Runa going
Yeah, like I'm like
around,
prepared to pounce down.
I'll
Yeah,
hop
she looks
off
like
the
a
balcony,
cat stalking
yeah.
its prey.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna hop down the balcony and just kind of hug the building, probably this, just being ready to
Sure.
help out, defend my land.
Okay. The gnome will attempt to make that jump.
Mm-mm.
Well, that was easy.
And will do so.
that's so graceful.
As does make it's like on the very edge, the ground beneath will break and the gnome will fall and will throw a pickaxe right on the edge and is kind of like trying to hold on from falling down. Although it made the jump, the ground was not stable enough, it broke away, and now the gnome is trying to do it. And you can move the gray-skinned dwarf 20 feet as she is charging at full speed.
And that looks like about past the rocks. So I'm gonna jump down and
You want to do this stealthily? Okay, go ahead. Give me an athletics first to see how well the stealth is.
well, that's
Disappointing.
6. Not 1.
Okay, so you can make a stealth check at disadvantage, and you're going to take some falling damage. You'll take 1 point of falling damage. For twisting your ankle or landing awkwardly on the ground below.
It'll be a 16 for stealth.
Okay, so it's quiet enough. But your movement will be halved for 1 round as you take 1 point of
Ankle sprain.
ankle sprain damage. Yeah, good way to
So
put that.
essentially, it's just at the 30 then, because I was using cat's agility.
Yes, correct.
So.
That's how us DMs work around your special things. What happened to your staff? Let's not talk about that. Anyway.
I'm sorry.
So does 30 get me there?
30 feet? Oh,
Yeah.
easily.
Okay. So then, yep, I'm gonna attack.
Okay.
We're gonna take 1 is a 18 to hit.
I believe an 18 will hit. Yeah.
Next one is an at 20, so I'll just
Might as well just go ahead and say that hits.
and then my third off whatever attack.
Offhand.
Yes, offhand. That will be a 17 to hit.
Gotta check, but I'm pretty sure it hits. I have to look the things up. There we go. Yes, it will hit.
Okay, cool. So for the non...
It's just like...
He really needed a nap. Like
1d6. So that's 7 points of damage, and then 5 points, because I'm not adding the modifier, so that's 12. And then I roll 3 for my... what was I at?
Piercer, 12.
12, cool. 12 plus 6 is 18, plus another 6 is 24, and then plus the 5 is 29.
Okay.
And then their weird little thing that happens to them is a 15.
So 29 points of damage and then a 15 on the crit level.
Yep.
Critical injury check.
Well, do you wish to kill this person, or are you going to incapacitate this person? Because that's
Are you
way
still
more.
full of
I was gonna say, did a cat nap make me a little more pleasant? A cat nap probably made me a little more pleasant. I'll,
I don't know how much more pleasant you could be.
oh, see, some people love me, Elias, and my
Didn't
bloodthirsty
say I didn't
tendencies.
love you.
That's why I do love you.
So yeah, I will incapacitate the dwarf.
Okay. So it'll turn into more of a tackle at the very end. Is you kind of like deal your blows, knocks him off, and you just to make sure that she does not go any further, you kind of tackle and slide. She's unconscious and out. Meanwhile, the crumbling side of this cliff that this gray-skinned gnome is trying to struggle. She grabs some footing and is able to just in the nick of time plant the pickaxe in again as more of the rock just breaks away. Now she's just hanging by the pickaxe.
Does it look like she's gonna fall?
There's a good chance she could not survive.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, those of you with the 15. Nox, did you want to do anything?
I'm waking up and I'm just gonna kick you.
What?
Something's going on out there.
You're the only two in the safe house.
Everybody's out.
Other bedrolls have been vacated.
I'd probably start making my way.
Am I within 60 feet?
You,
Ish.
Yes.
Brian, count the squares.
Well,
It's a little too far for me.
15, 20, yeah.
Yeah, I would say within 60.
Within 60 feet.
Okay, I will cast Levitate
Oh.
on the gnome.
Ooh,
Excellent.
nice.
So just as she, the little gnome, is about to lose her grip on her axe, she will levitate and float there, and she looks very strangely like, what in the gods is this?
WTF is
Yes.
happening right now. I'll send a little nod and be like, thanks, Elias.
It's just kind of like floating in the air at the moment. But
Correct.
I can move her, so I'll just move her
Back to
slightly
ours.
forward. Go back to ours.
Yeah,
Here.
bring her over.
I want to talk to her. Come on,
I will
Elias.
move her towards us, I guess.
I'll be walking up at that point with my
Hopefully
rope
it's
ready
not like
to...
a rabid
How
raccoon.
far can you move?
Gonna attack us. Right.
You can change the target's altitude by up to 20 feet in either direction.
That's altitude.
Otherwise, you can use your action to move the target, which must remain in this
Square they were levitating.
Right, you're only up or
spell's
down.
range.
Oh.
I don't think you can bring them to you. I think you can only move them up or down.
Okay, well,
What if I lasso him?
I was
if you
gonna say,
lasso,
Good.
you
we
can do
lasso?
it that
Yeah,
way.
correct.
Okay.
That's what I
Is
was
that going to
gonna
be
say next.
athletics check for a lasso?
It would be 2 checks. It would be a sleight of hand to make a lasso real quick, and then it would be an athletics check to throw it and turn at the target.
I only brought my swords, so I'm gonna be hauling this dwarf back so I can tie her up properly.
Sure.
I'll whip out my rope and try to get a little
Sure.
lasso situated.
Slide of hand. Let's see how good it goes.
You can also just
Nice.
toss the rope.
Look
to
at
her.
that.
24 sleight of hand.
You make a perfect
Isn't
lasso.
that 20? You see me like cowgirl style, like, yeah, I'm running in.
She learned how to do that.
And then I will attempt to lasso this levitating person.
Sure.
That is a athletics. It's a 13.
I'm pretty sure that will snag.
Something.
We'll go with it.
Okay,
Yep.
so I'm gonna not so gently like when I lasso. I'm just yank towards our side of
They
the
will
thing,
go
so
moving.
like give him a little bit of shock when you
Sure.
hit the ground. Hopefully.
They go in a straight line 15 feet towards you, still levitating. She looks and she says, "Ha, thanks," is what she says. Like, I've been caught, but I didn't want to be caught kind of vibe.
I'll be like,
You can
Welcome for not death.
You can clearly see that this is a roguish,
I'll hold my
gray
hand out.
skin
Like,
gnome.
give me that pack that you have. Like, I'll be insinuating, like, hand it over.
And she's still
Angrily.
floating.
Yeah. Like, drop it.
Dude, she will reach to her side, which she was quick enough before she jumped to tie it to, and drops it straight down.
Hey, Elias, go check that out.
Yeah.
I'm still on the cliff.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I assumed that
True, you
Brother
probably...
was as well, just kind of off the side of it, essentially.
Yeah. I was like, as
I'll
close as
sigh
I had to
and go
be.
underneath the feet and pick up the pouch.
It is a bunch of strange, like, gems, various colored sized gems.
Pretty nice, pretty nice, yep.
I'm gonna drop her on solid ground.
Like, let her go in the air?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a d6, you do that much damage too.
It's getting not my problem. 4.
I don't take kindly to people messing around my
she falls on
land.
her butt, it hurts, she kind of rubs a little bit. She's like, "That's from my people," is what she says, looking at Runa, who has the bag, which is a leather pouch.
I like
Lever.
put it on
You
my...
can insight check if you'd like.
I'll be like, it's I saved your life and maybe just knocked out somebody that you stole from. So we'll get it figured out.
I got a 7, so I'm like, oh my god.
I'll try and
Right.
Stealing from your family?
Oh my gosh!
What's my
If you say, no, you should have a
6? I have a 21 on my insight.
She's being truthful. The
Okay.
insight picks up, like, she definitely wants that to help her people or her family or whatever.
Look, we're gonna have some questions for you and the dwarf, and I feel like you're telling the truth, but fully investigate this story. So come nice and quiet up with
What'd you
us, and nothing else will happen.
I don't know.
What happened?
There was a noise like something fell, but I don't know what it was.
I thought you were rolling a dice.
No.
Unless the die fell off onto the...
The new table's haunted.
Maybe.
No. Table's haunted.
Okay.
Gotta leave.
Coolio.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, so we'll like drag him back in. I still have her lassoed.
Yep.
So.
She's not floating, but she's still lassoed for sure.
What the hell is this?
Yeah, you're gonna see me like, you got, a mace and a shield in one hand, and I'm like dragging this big ol' heavy dwarf up these stairs.
Right.
And I've
So-
got a little tiny goblin, is that right?
No.
No.
No, sorry. A gray-skinned gnome in a lasso.
I'm
That's
just walking in
Reluctantly.
shaking my head like this wasn't our problem.
So you, being the Under-Earth Ranger, know that this is a deep gnome or a Sverfidlin. That's how you
for fiddling.
Yes.
Oh, really?
For Snidlin.
You've now pronounced it, I think, 3 different ways.
There you go. That's why we'll refer to it as a deep gnome. Because I am not good with that pronunciation. And you know the other is a Duragar, or a deep dwarf, essentially. But they are definitely a little bit different than a dwarf. Like cousins. So they will bring in, being Ilias and the other two, will bring in a unconscious Duragar and a deep gnome who is being drugged by a lasso. And the entire time she's being drugged, she's literally doing this with her feet out, like a small child, feet straight out, arms crossed, angry look on her face. Definitely a rogue, you can tell by the attire and kind of what's going on. And the Durgar is a fighter or some sort of melee type class.
Okay, well, I think I would be dragging this gnome back at least back up towards the building.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably give you a good berry to shove down this poor unconscious dwarf's throat to get him back on the land of the living.
We are securely tying him. Her
for
first. Sure. Securely. Oh, I want to root through any pouches she has.
Being the gnome or the Durgar?
The Durgar.
Oh. Oddly enough, there is a spot for a pouch, but there is no pouch.
Okay.
Because you currently have said pouch in your possession.
Good. Any other, weird hand down for weapons?
They have unique looking armor, very similar to the Drow armor, but a little bit more dwarven. Their blades also are that same kind of metal.
That dark mantle.
Correct, and they have shields that are in that same type of metal as well.
Does the shield look like a fun shield or just a normal shield?
It looks like a ornate shield. It's exquisite in design, but it doesn't look like it's ooh, magic-y kind of shield. No.
Still take it up to Ilias. Any magic-y stuff? Any?
What do you want me to do with it? It's a shield.
I don't know. Can't you smell magic or something?
Don't you have detect magic?
Maybe. Yes.
You could use it as a ritual if you wanted to. It
Yeah,
takes 15, 16 minutes or something like that.
Fine, I'll use detect magic since I'm being forced to.
You're big. Bruna just sees you as the all-knowing god when it comes to magic, so all of her magic questions
That's fair.
are going to you. Because
I
Elias,
blew you up.
Are you ritual
And
casting?
it was very, very
Magical.
confirmed my idea that you were just magical.
Are you going to ritually cast? Or
Yes.
So it takes a few minutes and she'll get back to you during this time while she's performing the ritual to find the magics, which I think is all magic things within 30 feet or some craziness.
Oh, please do it inside her little storehouse and see what all
So what is everybody else doing?
I'd probably start questioning the
Deep gnome?
Durgar or the deep dome.
Or the Spirferniflum.
Yeah. Smurfidlin.
The smorgasbord.
Smurfidlin.
Yeah, see, it's not easy to say.
Svirfneblin.
Smurfidlin.
Smurfidlin.
Yeah, see, you make fun of me.
I'd probably start with the one.
That's why I said deep gnome.
Smurf Finland.
Was it wearing a cap? I'm gonna start referring to the gnomes by what
No,
type
not wearing cap. I think it's got a bandana. The miniature is a little bandana.
Oh, cool.
Tied
Okay.
back.
Bandana gnome.
Bandana gnome.
And then the mean gnome.
A banana gnome.
Yeah. That's why I was wondering if it was very similar in as those red caps that tried to
Yeah,
feed
no,
us.
not that.
No.
Okay, so again, sidetracked, having fun.
Yep.
Going with the Durgar, you were gonna you use a good berry. Was that what happened? Okay.
I think, I was going to give him a good berry to wake him up.
She was giving him a good berry. I want to go over to the gnome and after I pat,
Sure.
and then be give it a good look, it's a not to be racially derogatory, but be if you bite me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick you. I'm gonna check you for weapons.
Gotcha. On the Durgar, did we restrain or are we restraining?
Yes.
Using rope.
Do you have some handcuffs, chains, little cage, anything?
Should I roll to see if I've got something like that in the storehouse?
Use a
Manacles?
survival check. Let's say if you have 17 or higher, you would have acquired a pair
Okay.
along your way.
Survival check, Alright. No,
Well,
6.
Nope, just rope.
Okay.
No
My rope is
freaking-
being used for the lasso, so.
Here.
I was gonna say,
Ilias.
I have
Oh.
silk rope, and I don't want to tie them up with fancy,
just need
nice
to know.
rope. I just want them to be
We definitely want
rope
them to
burn,
be
bro.
tied up.
I'm gonna briefly pause my ritual, grab the hempen rope out of my bag, and throw it full
Sure,
force at
that's
her.
I would imagine you're still
That's
doing
fine.
your
You
ritual,
can-
just,
yeah, exactly.
subconsciously,
Right.
It's why I can never get anything done.
I do do everything around here.
You're like a parent.
Thanks,
You're
Dad.
Yeah.
Shut up, kid.
All right, give me a sleight of hand to restrain. Tie the knot on the Duragar. See what I got to beat to escape or not.
Sleight of hand, 16.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, restrained and good berry administered.
Yep.
She will come to, and she is going to look
Oh, did we get?
confused.
No, I'm gonna ask her questions.
Okay, well, smack her around if she's too loud.
I'm gonna look her straight in the eye and be like, I will call my friend back over if you pull anything silly.
Oh, I'm gonna pop my head over and be like, I know you didn't see me, but I was the one that came up behind you. Yeah, do it again.
Oh, that's the friend I was talking about. So why don't you go ahead and explain to me why you were chasing this gnome?
I don't have to talk to you.
Smack.
Betrayer is what she says.
Smack.
Ooh, betrayer.
Yes.
Okay,
correct.
but I'm gonna go up to the others and be like, okay.
You stop the smack like. Psh.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go up to the other ones because she's like, betrayer. And I'm like, okay, does she think that she's the undersurface betrayers or the oversurface then back undersurface betrayers? Like, we got 3 going. I'm just gonna 1, 2, and 3. Which one? The ones that were down here all originally get to be 1. And then the ones that went up to the surface and are still at the surface are 2. And the ones that went up to the surface but then went back under and are causing the problems are 3. So, actually this is directed at the dwarf now too, because I looked at their faces and they're like, we can't help you anymore, Runa. So I'm going to turn back to the dwarf and say all my 1, 2, 3. Okay, which one? 1, 2, or 3?
Well, the question is, did the slap get completed? Because if the slap got completed...
That's
that-
why I
Yes.
asked. So as soon as all this is, she's unconscious again.
Get
With the slap.
One more good berry. I hope that you had terrible dreams for a second just now.
Now,
To
So now that's mine.
administer another good berry. Now
Yes.
1 point back to.
I'll be like, okay, you called her a betrayer. So the drow, I got numbers. Number 1 is the ones that have been down here for like, I don't know, 50 years. Number 2 are the ones that went up to the surface, are at the surface. Number 3 is the ones that went up to the surface and then went back down here. 1, 2, or 3, which one do you think she is?
I do not speak your language, is what she says.
Pretty sure you are.
Please.
I will take out an eye before I let her heal you again.
She will call her a betrayer because she does not align herself with her allies, is what she says. She is not one of us. She is fighting for the opposing side.
What side is us?
How do you know this?
I can't do
What
it.
house
The
do you
surface
fall out?
dwellers is what she'll say.
But the surface dwellers now, or the surface dwellers 5 years ago that are now back under?
The surface dwellers now, is what she says.
Okay. Good.
so number 3.
Wait, I thought number 3 was the ones that went back underground.
Oh, yeah, no, number 2.
So number
sorry.
2.
Yeah,
So I'm number 2. They think I'm number 2.
Mhm.
I am number 2, but they think I'm number 2. They actually judged my number 2-edness.
They know what and who you are. They are referring to you as a betrayer because you are not aligning or you are not one of
Number
what
3.
you would call a betrayer. They are allied
Oh,
to. There you go.
You know, back where I'm from, we have different clans in our tribe, and that's how we, like, differentiate people that look similar.
Slight struggle
They've
to
got
ropes.
different clans, though.
Yes, they do.
Like, there's 2 different houses.
More than 2 houses.
Well, then, yeah, but there's like the 2 main leading houses, though. Like, one is our peoples, and the other is the betrayer peoples.
Yeah, but see, when they use betrayer at the betrayer peoples, then it's like, are you talking about yourself as the betrayer people? What
I'm
about
just
the other
asking what
one?
house they're part of. Or they
This is a good
follow.
plan. She's gonna pull out like a little notepad and be like, okay, what are the
Well,
houses?
that's why I said, what house are you?
What house are we aligned with?
I don't remember this.
You guys would be
What house are we?
Queen.
What house is the queen?
Knights.
Dark Mantle.
Dark Mantle.
Very good.
Is what I
Night,
tell
the
you.
nightshades.
Okay, I
are
don't
the
have
ones that went
a
back
betrayer
there.
sword. I have a dark mantle sword. So there we go.
That's who
I have a
you are.
betrayer.
Okay, so this Duragar is completely just quiet, but struggling with the ropes, trying to get free.
You know, I'm just gonna go ask your friend while you were chasing him, so if you want to give your side and maybe survive this...
I stole his shit! That's what you're gonna hear her say. Or her shit!
I thought you said it was yours.
Well, she claimed it, but I stole it back. That's what she says. Being the deep gnome.
Are you saying that this person took this as a tax of your people and you took it back from them?
Well, they just took it because they can. They're constantly terrorizing us.
They have taxes?
What are taxes?
What's a tax?
They're unavoidable.
What's a taxes? Death?
Yes, ever since that unruly empress has come down here, things have been difficult for my people, is what she says.
The unruly empress, you're saying.
No. Yes.
Thank God.
You're talking about
I learned his
Kashara,
girlfriend.
correct?
Very good.
Oh, that's what her name was? I forgot.
So, we may not be as...
It's been a week.
It's been a bit.
We may not be as malaligned as you
At least
think.
2 weeks.
It's been like 3 or 4
Or that's the
hours
goblin
since-
talking, right?
Since
Yeah.
we heard about Kashara.
No.
No.
So I'll kind of walk up to the gnome,
Are they down there or are they back up here?
I think they're
We're
back.
like
in
back,
Okay.
but we're on the grounds outside. I'm not letting them in my beautiful home.
Yeah.
I will abandon
Just put me up
the
there.
Oh, you're gonna say
Zergar
okay.
at this point and walk over to the gnome and be like, say more.
What do you want to know?
Kashara is responsible for this person coming and pilfering.
That's who she's aligned with, yes.
Okay. Do you have any... Where were you heading with this?
Away from her?
Just in general, you weren't heading home or anywhere else?
I was trying to get away from her. That was all.
Yes.
My people are in hiding from these people and the Empress's armies, is what she says.
So this one, it looks like a rogue. Any like markings or anything that I could see?
Go ahead and give me a
Cool, did
investigation.
they just start like talking in
There
tongues?
was?
Oh, yeah.
18?
No symbols or markings that you're familiar with. There are symbols and markings, but not that you're familiar with. You would definitely identify them as some sort of roguish faction, possibly, or family, or something like that.
I'll start talking, but I'm going to try to drop some thieves' cant in there
And you talk. Okay.
and see if she picks up.
What's the generality of your conversation, and then what's the underlying thieves' cant?
What led to the beginning of this, and like, hey, what really is going on down here is kind of
The thieves' cant.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me roll, see if he picks it up.
While you do that, I would turn to Runa and be like, I've been hearing about some people that are, like, cuspy, and we might be able to, like, see if we can get their help with some stuff.
Is the Dwager still struggling?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm definitely gonna like clawed foot boot on her chest and like point a sword down and be like, I will start taking body parts. Stop moving.
She will growl and kind of grind her teeth at you, but comply
Okay.
reluctantly. The question that you ask is replied to first, the overtone, not the under. The overtone essentially is going to be, let's see. They came down here and they started pillaging and taking, either basically saying, you either ally yourself with us or die.
the dwarves are.
The Empress Kashara.
Okay.
So she started collecting allies, and that's how she did it. You're either with us or against us. You're dead if you're against us. The undertone, essentially, that you would ask was what again, just to make sure I'm clear?
Like, what's actually really going on in this current situation?
Oh. She's stealing money to survive, to help feed her friends and family.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Aladdin, essentially.
Yeah.
Street rat trying to, she's probably in her late teens, early 20s, to put it in perspective. Obviously, their years vary in different, ages, but that's kind of what you gather. They've had to go. They're hiding amongst different caverns and things. Like their villages have been plundered and taken, and a lot of their people killed.
Getting like a kind of a not necessarily good sense, but something like trust building. I'm gonna start to get my rope back and like unlasso her, and
Sure.
let her kind of get her feet underneath of her again.
She literally does the same pose and does nothing else. Just does not move.
Yeah.
Remind me, And Rhoda, if you know, does Rhoda know how to get to Olayeth Veldrin?
She has a generalized direction. She's never been there, but she's been playing around more on the West Coast, I think is what it was. That's how she discovered the slave trade, the orcs, however, all that stuff.
I am going to ask the Deep Gnome. Do you know how to get to Olayeth Veldrin? The Lost City.
Where the Empress resides? Of
Yes.
course, but why would you want to go there? It's crazy.
We have our reasons.
Well, I can get you there, but I'm not going in there.
That's fair. If you can get us there, we might be able to help your people.
What have I got to lose, is what she says.
Alright?
Turned him around and be like, cool, what do we do with this one?
I don't see him as being any use to us. We already patted him down.
So, should I... Don't like peer down. You worth any ransom?
She's not gonna say anything. Just kind of growl.
Okay. Oh. Hey, Dad.
I'm busy trying to find out your shield is magic or not. What do you want?
I'll continue with thieves' cant on that one, and the over will be like, hey, thank you for agreeing to take us down there. But the second, the undertone will be, does this one have any value? Should we? Would it be bad? Would it be bad?
The undertone reply will be, the overtone will be, you're more than welcome. The undertone or the thieves' cant aspect is going to be just another cog of the wheel, basically, just another soldier, a grunt.
All right.
And you will complete your ritual. There is a lot of magic in the cellar.
Oh, yeah.
Several magic items down there.
Hey, what you got down there?
Magic items.
No shit.
No, the fun fact is you really don't know you think they're just special stuff. You don't know if they're magical.
I might be able to find out now.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can.
Maybe I can.
Oh, hey. Is
I have a thing that I might have
potion
just
bottle?
gotten. I might have had a thing I just gotten that might help us identify things.
The potion bottle, obviously,
Yeah. So,
It's a magical unknown.
So yeah, that's that. The Duergar is just another soldier.
Okay.
Is the shield magic?
The shield is not magic.
Your
no.
shield's not magic.
damn it.
Throw that back at you too.
Yeah, I don't think we have any reason to keep this dwarf around, and they are being even less than helpful. They're really just eating our time at this point. I'm tired, so do what you must.
Throw him off the cliff, and I'm gonna wander back into the cellar.
I like that idea.
This is dark. Just go off that.
I agree. This one has nothing of value.
Okay.
Bruna's gonna look like, okay, like I'm bloodthirsty, but like this is kind of like a humanoid. I'm still like,
Delayeth will get down and start dragging the dwarf.
Okay.
I'll walk with you. I'm not strong enough to drag a dwarf, but I'll walk with you.
So Delayeth will go and drag the dwarf down. I'm gonna go and hold the dwarf, leaning them off the side and say, last chance. Do you want to provide any useful information and not screw us over, or do you want to die? For a false empress?
She's going to whisper what you would have. You're a paladin now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she whispers essentially like a prayer, and she says, "Death is coming in the shadows, and you will all succumb." That's it.
Alright.
You can let her go if you wish. Yep.
Sure.
There you go.
Ooh. Did we just waste 50 feet of rope?
As you watch
Sorry, guys.
the last
Typical
little road
children.
reaches.
Damn it!
I leave for 10 minutes to figure out where the magic items are. And you destroy my
You just destroyed.
Alias was one that said throw him off the edge.
Yeah, we were just
So-
listening to your instructions, Dad.
Common sense!
You should try and grab it as he falls.
Hey, I had my common sense moment. Eventually.
Okay.
Elias is in the cellar, and it's just like,
My rope! He has a sense of his rope.
So in the cellar, this is where you're identifying the magic. carefully hand it that way. That's the magic items that you were drawn
Ooh,
to.
someone take a picture of it. This is so pretty.
We can put a picture on.
I like it.
Oh gosh, where am I putting it?
You could just put it near Katie so she can see what.
Okay.
So there's various bottles that are magical. There's 2 satchels you can easily identify as, well, they're broken and lost. They no longer give magic.
I love you.
There's 2 bags of holding.
2 bags of holding?
2 bags of holding.
I'm gonna yank one of those.
And then, okay, well, there's 1 bag.
Y'all can fight over the other ones.
The book itself is magical, and the potion bottles are magical as well. And there's probably 5 or 6 bottles on there. 2 of them, are greater healing potions. And then the
like
other.
those as well.
Yep.
There's like 6 greater healing potions down here, according to my notes.
Oh, there you go. See?
I like all of those.
What else was down there? Did I
Everything else was not magical on this list.
just weaponry and things?
Yeah, 100 arrows, which I'm gonna re-up on the arrows. 4 short swords, 3 sets of leather armor used for repair,
There you go.
and then journals and notes. My journals and notes are taped to the wall.
Yep,
or,
gotcha.
Pinned to the wall.
And
And then I will.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, once we get settled back in, I'll offer the dark gnome my hand. I'm Rilda. How are you? Who are you?
Dasa. D-A-S-S-A.
Dasa. We're resting here.
Opal Sizer, that's what she says.
Dasa Opal Sizer.
Correct. That's O-P-A-L-S-E-I-Z-E-R. Don't forget it, is what she says.
All right, Dasa Opal Sizer. Say the whole name.
Mhm.
You're welcome to stay with us if we can trust you not to rogue all over my stuff.
I'll try, is what she'll say.
So there's 6 greater healing.
So there's 6 greater healing, and then there's 3 other various potions. One of them is going to be a potion of speed. One of them is a potion of mind reading. The other one is a potion of invisibility.
Any keys on the unknown potion that I have, or the?
Oh yes, that potion. Yeah. Now let it close the book of potions.
Yep.
And off these cants with Dosa, and where Dosa welcome along. Undertone, they will stab you.
She will. She will reply, "It's Dasa, but
Thus.
I
They will stab you if you try something.
The potion that was acquired by Runa, and it is identified as a. One of them was a potion of superior healing.
Of superior healing. Okay.
Correct.
Cool.
The other one that you didn't quite get was a potion of. Oh, let's say potion of flying.
Ooh.
Just for funsies.
Just
They call
mind
it
please.
potion of flying.
Like it.
I'm gonna give 2 of the greater healing potions to the lady.
There's also some sort of magic emanating from the bag that was acquired from the deep gnome. Forgot about that one.
The gems?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Oh yes, Runa, we should probably maybe give at least some of that back. I'm feeling a little guilty. I kind of believe their story about their family starving, etc.
What if I give them rations?
I'll leave it in your hands, but that's just my opinion.
Could
I don't care, honestly.
The magic
I-
book is it locked or anything? Or can I
It
just,
has a clasp on it, but it's a very simple clasp, and it's been popped off by Rilda.
Ting!
So,
You said superior healing?
Correct.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty valuable and potent.
Is that 40 for him?
Superior, I think, is 8d4.
8d4 plus 8.
That's much.
Yeah.
Points.
Was I able to discern what the book was, or should I take some time to identify it now? Because I can try to identify the book.
oh, I was
Working on it.
looking at it.
It's a
Okay.
wizard spell book.
Ah, nice.
It's got a bunch of spells all the way up to 8th level. Also, the box that long black wooden box that either I think you have, Ilias.
Would I have taken it off of Vimon?
I thought you
I
took.
took it off. I
I
think I
thought
took
you
it off
took
of Vimon.
Then it's also emanating magic.
Can I tell what it is at this point?
I'm gonna say you can't tell what it is. You just know something inside of that.
It was old magic, I think. Because I'm pretty sure I tried to detect magic on it.
Yep.
And
There you go.
sorry, and
So it picks up. And then inside the bag are the gems. There is a amongst the gems. If you guys collaborate, saying, "Hey, there's something magical in there," you guys can rifle through it. There is a tablet of restoration, and it's probably looks like a 2-inch by 3 or 3.5-inch stone tablet. It's a large diamond, probably about the size of a quarter, set inside of it. Very valuable.
Okay.
If you pull it out, you would know that that is an artifact that could bring back.
I was
I'm
getting
on the
very
way.
good.
We found the thing we needed.
All right, let's go.
I'll bring back Iman. Okay. I will definitely take that out, and I'm gonna bring all of it back to the gnome and be like, I know this is yours, we need to return it, but we need this for a friend. But we will come back, because we are gonna go to the city. And kill group number 3.
So wait, I'm
Wait,
confused.
yes.
You're leaving now and then coming back?
Yeah.
You're not going? I'm not leaving you now? I'm confused.
So, can you make us a map? I don't know. I'm gonna give the bag of gems back to the gnome. But
Okay,
keep
she
the
will tie it
tablet.
back onto her. No.
Maybe since Imon is at rest and is stable, we should not traverse back through the lake and fight the giants to revive him right away. Maybe on the return trip we do that soon enough. What are your thoughts?
I'm gonna look to Ilias.
We're supposed to be finding this dude that ran away.
Yes.
As much as I
correct.
would like to go get Imon back right now, I also don't want to make this journey again.
But
What's
kinda-
this dude look like? Is what the gnome says.
He's. I can't give you his name. He looks like
Shadow.
a drought.
You look like
You gotta be more specific than that.
Yep. Sure do.
Yep, sure.
Is he riding a purple worm?
He was
Yes.
the newest one, yes.
yeah.
Actually.
They've passed through here, I don't know, several hours ago.
Oh.
They were heading in the direction of where you want to go.
I mean that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It does.
So did they literally come like through here, where like, or just
Well,
in
along
the
my
proximity?
pathway.
Yeah. Okay. So because I can maybe pick up some tracks.
Well, this feels like a good place to stop this chapter of our tale while you guys think about it for next
Don't know
week.
what to do.
Yep. One
So,
more week to decide what to do.
Tune in every Friday. Watch us on YouTube. Listen to us wherever you get your podcast from. We're on there. I'm sure you can find us. Type in that Crit Eating Grin and hit play or subscribe. Same thing with YouTube. Check us out. Subscribe. Give us the like button if you like us. Give us a like button if you hate us. Just tell us in the comments, do better. Or, hey, you're doing great. We appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.